Okay, so I need to glue this piece. There's a dowel down here. There's a broken hole. The other two are still there. So here are the dowel holes. So obviously it's going to be easy to align. Um, I'll just mention that I used my Wood River carbide scraper to clean up some of the old glue. Honestly, there wasn't very much glue, and that's why the mirror fell apart. And so I'm just going to show you this quickly. There's a piece of wood that's kind of attached but kind of broken right there. So this is kind of loose. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to put the dowel in. I'm going to get some long clamps. I'm going to put this together. I'll get a shot of that, and then I'll deal with that chip out issue. Okay, for this repair, I'm going to do the quick and thick Tite Bond 3. The other glues don't have much gap filling properties. There we go. All right, so I'm going to goop that up. Let me make sure I put it in the right one. So where'd it go? There it is. All right. Here, let's just reshoot that. Okay, so for the dowel, I'm going to use some quick and thick. And so I'm going to plug it in here. And I'm going to put some on. It's very slow to flow. But whoever put the glue on the dowels didn't put hardly any glue, and that's why it fell off and kind of broke. Quick and thick has some gap filling properties, and it'll stick to anything. It just isn't very water resistant, but I don't see this mirror being underwater anytime soon. So we'll go with that. And I'm going to plop this on. So I didn't use too much glue because I don't want too much squeeze out, but these clamps will just barely make it. I need to figure out where I put my other clamp. Right behind me. Summertime in the city, and it's time for the dog to bark at everything. So 1, 2, 3 dowels, and so this will be some glue. I'm gonna check for some squeeze out. It looks good. Didn't want to over glue it, and so that is. I think that's a wrap. So next thing is that little chip. You can see there's like a little wooden iceberg here. Just gonna yank it out. I need it to be not moving. And so I am going to figure out the orientation and use as much of this as I can. And here's decision time. I need to figure out whether I put this block back for what it's worth. And then I have to fill a crack and a crack and a crack. Or I just shove some quickwood in there and be done with it. I think I'm going to go with the quickwood because I have to do quickwood anyways. Okay, it's quickwood time. I've pulled the cap off the end, revealing the strange, chewy, double colored nature of this stuff. I'm going to guess about there. And I found my serrated knife. I have an old beat up serrated knife that's good for sawing through these rolls of quickwood, giving me something that looks like that. But first, let's see, we take off the plastic, and then we just start to mush it. And it's way more than I need. That's fine, I'll figure something out. All right, the real magic is going to be which color is going to match best. And I think it's pretty clear that the one in the middle is our winner. It's all these are Mixol. I don't know what number that is. Let me tell you. It's 21. Number 21. Let's see, they have names too. Tara Brown. This is something that Woodcraft carries. As you can see, I continue to mix this, but I am going to put some, oops, back. I'm going to put some pigment onto it. So, yeah, it looks like I had a mammal with a bad meal. But I think this is going to be a pretty good match for color, or at least, you know, it's going to be one of those fixed. It's on the side of this thing, and you don't really see it anyways. It just looks bad if there's just a big broken piece of your furniture you're selling. So pack it in. Take our trusty Rockler putty knife, and I've cut off the extra. I don't even mind some of that streakiness right there. Put a little bit more in. Just keep shoving it in there. Carve it back a little bit. There's a chunk missing off this corner. I am going to put some quickwood on it, just because I have extra. I'm going to do the thing that quickwood does well, and that is I'm going to put the blade in my fancy cup of water so that it can't stick to my blade. I'm really going to work it. I'm just going to flatten it and set those angles. Scrape off the extra because now I know about how much I need. So go back, press that, make it as even as possible, flush or square, and just scrape extra off the blade. That's all right. So I'm going to go back to this guy. Grab some water. Really smooth it out. Whoops. All right, I'm going to let all that settle down. Just a touch there. I'm going to sand it out. I'm going to make a little bird out of this or something, or a turtle shell. I don't know. Okay, let's see. We want to establish some clean edges. So I'm going to use a file and try to reference as much as the rest of the existing piece of furniture as possible. So see, that's nice and flat. If I go this way, and just a little bit of this. At a certain point, it's not super critical. I mean, you can be as picky as you want. Add some light back here. But it kind of depends on what you expect to get from a piece of furniture. So don't spend all day on it. Whoa, no. Oh, no. My plug came off. Apparently I didn't like it. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some CA glue and I'm going to put that back on. And then in the meantime, I'm going to sand this down. Make sure its back is clear. And what I want to do is just take off any extra that's not the actual repairs site. So that actually looks pretty good. All right, we're going to do a little hocus pocus on that. Look at that. It's like a tooth came off. It's kind of funny. Let's see. All right. Not the greatest chisel, but it feels a little soft. Like I said, I'm guessing that I didn't knead the dough enough. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, I'll be right back. Okie doke. So I'm going to take some super glue. I'm going to put it onto this twist tie. Be my applicator. I'm going to do it well away from the project because I can just see in my head that I'm going to put a big drop of glue in the middle of my glass or my frame at this point. Make more work for myself. So I'm just going to put that in there. Put a spritz. I'll go so far as to paint some on. And always clear the tip of your CA glue bottle, so the cap will come off later. Once again, I'm going to accelerate. Yeah, again, anything that dries off that quickly can't be good for you, but let's hope I have enough air in this room. So the accelerator, it's already turned to crystals as far as I know. So that looks pretty good. I'm just going to use the file. And that. And I'm just pinching the paper to match the profile. Clean up the back. Smooth out the bottom. Well, that looks pretty good. So now it's makeup time. Oops. Let's have one little. All right, we're in business. Okay, it's going to take some seal coat Zinsser shellac unwaxed, or sanding sealer, as you wish. I just need just a little bit out of here. I have a bag of Q-tips, super fancy, highly technical refinishing equipment items. So I just want to throw some of the shellac onto a work surface here. I'm going to actually do 2 little puddles. And with that, I'm going to cap the shellac, set it aside. Okay, so once again, I have my Q-tip here with 2 sort of different puddles on top of a takeout container. And then I have 3 different colors. And so this is a very dark brown. This is a very light brown. This is a medium brown. And I'm going to say the lighter one's the way to go, and then maybe darken it with this. So we'll start with the light one, the Terra brown. Take off the cap here. Give it a shake. And then just right there, put a drop of pigment. I'm going to take the shellac. I'm just going to kind of smear it on. Once again, I like using my glove to kind of smudge some age into it. So, is it a perfect repair? No. Is it pretty good for about a half hour's work to get the mirror out of here and over to my storage space where I like to keep my finished pieces? Absolutely. So I want to do the other puddle of shellac here. I'm going to put way too much, but big fat glob of dark pigment. Mix it up. Then I'm going to come over here. Just going to smear it on bad makeup. And then I'm actually going to smudge it. Smudge it and fudge it. I touch up that little chip. Put more pigment in there. And then there's a spot underneath here that is bruised up. I don't think you can really see it, but that just made it just disappear. The nice thing about shellac and pigment like this is if you're trying to turn over furniture as fast as possible, that it's pretty much dry. The alcohol's gone, the shellac's not going anywhere. So that's it. That's the deal. I want to hydrate that with a little bit more pigment. Touch that up, and then if you just blob something on during retouching, repair, refinishing, whatever, you just put something new, you end up with this puddle. But if you're wearing gloves, you can just go in there and kind of make it fudge around and disappear. And so don't just sit there and expect the application to do all the work for you. You can just jump in and do a little blotting and make the magic happen. All right, hope that helps.